Under the blazing sun, shadows slither through the dry grass like death seeking its way. But in the land of the dead, there are still those who make the snakes flee. Who really controls this war? Africa. The war of the warriors against the snakes. Under the harsh African sun, the savanna stretches like a dry, yellow ocean. Every blade of grass that shakes carries the breath of wind and the smell of hot dust. Among the cracked rocks, venomous snakes hide in the darkness, where death is only a breath away from life. In the distance, the earth cracks into dry veins, where sand and blood mingle with the traces of last night's hunt. This is a land that belongs to no one. Here, the venomous ones rule by fear, and others survive by instinct to overcome it. Nowhere else on Earth is life forced to be so harsh. Among the dry grass and hot rocks, shadows move silently, without sound, without trace. This is the world of venomous snakes, silent killers. They are the offspring of perfect adaptation. No legs, no claws, no massive muscles, but they dominate with absolute speed and precision. In a single attack, the snake's head can move faster than a leopard's claws, and just a dose of venom smaller than a grain of sand is enough to bring down an antelope or even a lion. In millions of years of evolution, venom has been the ultimate weapon, a tool to control the balance of nature. But in that cruel cycle of survival, there are still creatures brave enough to stop death. From the short grass, the wind blew the soil, covering a small cave. A round, slow figure appeared. A porcupine. Its body was covered with thousands of spikes as hard as spears, a living armor that could rotate with each breath. When threatened, porcupines raised all their spikes, forming a perfect wall of defense. If attacked, a slight jerk from the back muscles can cause the spines to penetrate deep into the enemy's flesh, breaking and becoming stuck under the skin like small spears. Not fast, not aggressive, not actively fighting, but never afraid. The porcupine's instinct is not to run away, but to stand firm and wait. At noon, the ground shook with the heat until it cracked. A hunting cobra slithered forward, its neck flared high, its head shaking slightly as a warning. It had chosen its target, a small creature searching for tree roots in the sunlit field. Falling into silence. But before the prey's body could become a meal, something was approaching. Not fast, not in a hurry, slowly. Just two eyes met in the sweltering heat. A straight lunge. The battle ended without a winner. The snake was forced to flee. And in this harsh land, it was enough to make death retreat. The hedgehog's shadow gradually disappeared into the grass, leaving only its squirming tracks fading in the sand, like a small crease in the long story of the wild. Further away, on a dry tree trunk, a snake eagle watched the grass below. Its yellow eyes were sharp in the sunlight, scrutinizing the slightest movement in the dry grass. With a precise swoop, it could swat a mamba to death before it could turn. In the sky, the power of Venom was neutralized by speed and vision. The brown snake eagle was more than a hunter. It was a symbol of absolute opposites. Where death was subdued by light, and power lay in perfect silence. As the snake eagle left, on the ground, the smaller ones were preparing for a fight of their own. From old holes in the ground, small heads emerged. A pair of eyes glowed, alert. Soon the whole pack of mongooses emerged from the parched earth. Their small, agile bodies gleamed with the color of sunburnt earth. They live in packs. Each individual has a specific role. Guard, hunter, and caretaker. The whole community operates as a single organism, where coordination is the strongest weapon. Between them, the bond is not blood, but absolute trust, which helps them survive in the world of loners. In the distance, a dark shadow silently slithers out of a rock cavity. A cobra slithers forward. The mongoose has not yet realized the danger. The young ones are still playing around the cave. The adults are still busy digging. A declaration of war without a sound. Two eternal enemies meet. One side is intelligence, the other is venom. Suddenly, the snake pounces. Most of the time, snakes only win when their opponents are young or off guard. But today, the mongoose tests patience, a weapon that even venom must be wary of. In nature, victory does not go to the strongest, but to the most alert. As the sun shines down, the sandy land shifts in the hot breeze. On a tall tree, a cobra slithers along the trunk. Its yellow skin blends perfectly with the dew-drenched foliage. On a branch, a flock of social weavers is hurrying back to its nest. Its large yellow straw nests like lamps on the tree. Each small bird, its beak holding a blade of grass, glides back to its nest, with its wings beating rapidly in the rush of the day. The snake waits. Its body stretches along the branch, its eyes half open, its tongue flicking the air. Behind the bushes, the black mamba glided like smoke. It did not need camouflage, for speed was its way of concealment. One snap, faster than the blink of an eye, and the land seemed to hold its breath. But even it knew how to bow before the eagle from the sky. On this land, no one was immortal. When the wind changed direction, the heat of the steppe faded, giving way to the humidity of another world. The rainforest gradually appeared, thick and humid as if breathing. Light filtered through the foliage in faint streaks, falling to the ground covered with rot and moisture. Here, death did not crawl on the sand, but among the roots of trees and moss. In the middle of that forest, the king cobra, the most venomous snake, moved silently. Its body can exceed 4 meters, sliding across the ground like a black stream. Its eyes are unblinking, its neck is wide, its gait is fearless. Unlike ordinary cobras, the king cobra does not hunt rats. It hunts other snakes, even venomous ones. With a precise bite to the neck, it finishes its prey silently, then swallows it whole. In this humid world, where all species hide to survive, the king cobra walks like a king. It does not charge recklessly, does not spit venom to scare. It just watches, waits, and chooses the perfect moment. Because a wrong bite, in the jungle, can cost it its life. But even the king has its challengers. When mating season comes, the forest suddenly becomes strangely quiet. In the middle of the open forest, 2 male king cobras appear. No hissing, no warning. They slithered slowly around each other, each turn a tense rhythm. Then suddenly, they lunged at each other. The fight was a ritual of power. where the one who held his head higher would be allowed to continue his lineage. The winner held his head high. In the world of Venom, dominance comes not from cruelty, but from the control of instinct, the silence of the one who waits. When the first rains of the season fall, the king cobra retreats to the shadows, where small streams slither around tree roots. Death and life are balanced again. In a world where all creatures must trade off, the snake is not just a symbol of fear, but the last keeper of order in nature. When the first rains of the season fall, the forest is washed clean. Each drop touches the leaves, washing away the dust and traces of the struggle. Along other parts of Africa, dozens of different snake species occupy their own roles in the chain of life. Each is a different interpretation of evolution, from speed and strength to perfect silence. Not all killers need poison like the king cobra to kill their prey. In the swamps around the lake, the African rock python, the continent's largest snake, moves like a mass of muscle among the reeds. Its skin is thick and dark, patterned like ancient stone. Its golden eyes are cold and calm. It has no venom, no speed. Its weapons are patience and sheer strength. With just 3 squeezes, it can crush the ribs of a young antelope. When its last breath is gone, the python opens its mouth and swallows its prey whole. And for weeks afterward, it just stands still, waiting to digest its only meal of the month. The rock python rules with sheer strength and silence. On the South African grasslands, in the dry, sparse grass, the honey badger walks with a stocky gait, thick gray fur, bright eyes, and small, knife-like claws. It is small, but its confidence makes even the black mamba retreat. The honey badger has skin up to 6 millimeters thick, elastic like armor, and a natural immunity to toxins, which helps it survive the fatal bite of a venomous snake. When attacked, it lunges and dodges in the same motion. If injected with venom, it simply collapses for a few hours, then wakes up and continues to feed on the one who tried to kill it. fearless of pain, fearless of death. The honey badger is nature's ultimate challenge, where instinct overcomes venom and tenacity becomes a form of power. Two opposite symbols coexist on this land. No one knows when the next encounter will happen, but when it does, the world will witness a different story. And that will be the next chapter in the cycle of wild survival. What do you find interesting about those who confront snakes? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell to catch the next encounter.
The sky seems free, but for all creatures on the ground, it is a place where death comes silently. No roar, no warning. Just a shadow swooping through the sunlight and claws striking like lightning. Vultures, hawks, eagles, the rulers of the air. Each wing is a sentence. Each spread is a warning. In their world there is no compassion. Only instinct and death. Lord of the Sky. The danger of the predators of the sky. In the high heavens, where the air thins with height and the sun shines directly into the eyes of those who dare to raise their heads, there exists an invisible but deadly world. For creatures on the ground, death does not always come in the form of fangs or claws. Sometimes it takes the form of a shadow silently gliding across the sky. No sound. No warning. Only a flap of fate. This is a land of creatures that fly with precision and kill with patience. Vultures, hawks, eagles, each with its own way of life, its own strategy. But all are experts in death. Vultures are among the most adapted raptors to nature's cleaning role. They do not have sharp talons like eagles or hawks. Instead, their weapon is a powerful curved beak, powerful enough to tear through the dry flesh and tendons of a decomposing animal. Vultures' heads and necks are often featherless, an evolutionary trait that helps them avoid infection when they plunge their heads into decaying corpses. They may not look pretty, but every part of their bodies is precisely designed for the most brutal job in the food chain. They possess superior eyesight. A vulture can spot a dead body or a sign of life approaching from more than 3 kilometers away. In the sky, when an individual spots a carcass, it will circle and gradually lower its altitude. This behavior acts as a signal. Within minutes, dozens of others will fly in from all over. It is a passive but extremely effective observation system. A tacit cooperation between loners. Although vultures do not hunt directly, conflicts still occur. Competition for carcasses between vultures or with other scavengers such as hyenas, jackals, and even hungry lions can become fierce. Among vultures, the grey-eared vulture and the white-backed vulture are the two dominant species in terms of size and strength. When they are present, smaller species such as the condor are forced to wait their turn or find opportunities to squeeze in through gaps in the chaotic crowd. Vultures' stomachs contain a powerful acid that helps them digest spoiled meat, dried blood, and bacteria such as anthrax or staphylococcus. As a result, they not only eat carcasses, but also act as biological filters for the ecosystem. Without them, diseases can break out from decomposing carcasses, affecting predators, herbivores, and humans. In terms of reproduction, vultures have very different habits compared to other birds. They reproduce slowly, with each pair usually laying only one egg per year. Their nests are often located on high cliffs, treetops, or cliffs where few predators can reach. The chicks take many months to fully develop before taking their first flight. Both parents are involved in caring for them, from incubating to raising. This slow reproduction makes vulture populations very vulnerable to environmental change and human-caused food poisoning. The modern world is pushing vultures to the brink. Many of these species, especially in Africa and South Asia, have declined by more than 90% in the past 3 decades. The cause is not natural. It is veterinary drugs, pesticides, and the poisoning of carcasses to kill predators. Vultures eat those carcasses and die en masse. A silent death, just as they once did in nature. Vultures are not just symbols of death. They are symbols of rebirth. From death, they help life continue to circulate. And in a world of natural disasters that humans have turned upside down, those bald wings may be the last hope for keeping the ecosystem clean. In the sky above the majestic mountains, where the wind howls and the sun shines directly on the cold rocks, the eagle appears as a king without a throne. With a wingspan of up to 2.5 meters, they do not fly but glide. They do not work. They do not waste energy. Just one flap of their wings can reach across the valley, beyond the sight of enemies and prey. Eagles do not need to rush. They live on precision and silence. The powerful musculature combined with hollow bones gives the eagle great lifting power, but light weight. They possess eyes located at the front of the head, not only increasing their vision, but also allowing them to accurately locate the position and distance. The eagle's vision is at least 4 to 8 times that of humans. They can see prey more than 3 kilometers away. When the prey appears, the eagle dives at a speed of up to more than 240 kilometers per hour. That dive is not just an attack. It was a perfectly programmed execution. But the eagle's true power lies not only in its speed. Its talons are long, curved and razor-sharp. Its squeezes can produce hundreds of kilograms of pressure per square centimeter, enough to pierce the skull of its prey. From rabbits and otters to fawns and mountain goats, no creature is safe once it is within its sights. Some eagles, such as the golden eagle, can take down prey heavier than themselves. They do not hunt for hunger. They hunt for dominance and for domination of the skies. Eagles show a gentler but no less fierce side during breeding season. They often mate for life, building nests on rocky outcrops or tall trees where no other animals dare approach. Their nests can be as big as a bed and are used over and over again over the years, expanded and reinforced until they become fortresses in the sky. Each clutch only lays 1 to 3 eggs. Baby birds are born weak, but their survival instinct is activated from the first second. In cases of food scarcity, the stronger baby bird will eliminate its brothers. Not out of malice, but because life requires choices. And eagles never tolerate the weak. When baby birds grow up, their first lesson is to learn how to fall. They are pushed out of the nest by their parents to learn to fly by themselves. If they fall, they have to struggle. If they can't, they die. But if they overcome, they fly. And from there, they never stop. That's how eagles create worthy descendants. In many cultures, the eagle is a symbol of freedom, strength, and steadfast will. The Romans carved an eagle on their legionary spears. The United States chose the bald eagle as its national symbol. Indigenous tribes consider the eagle a messenger of the gods. No other bird has as much symbolic meaning as the eagle. Because when it takes flight, man sees his own dream, a dream of power, of the desire to surpass all. Of being alone in the sky without asking anyone's permission to be free. In the sky, the eagle is not the fastest, nor the most numerous. But it is the one that makes all other creatures look up to it, not out of fear. But out of respect. Its silence is strength. Its solitude is power. And each flap of its wings is a declaration that this sky is only for those born to rule. In the calm skies where thermals lift the bird's wings as if they were weightless, the hawk is more than a glider. It is a perfect hunting machine, an airborne engineer with eyes as sharp as telescopes and dives of absolute precision. Although it does not have the enormous body of an eagle, the hawk excels in speed, agility, and hunting tactics. With its long, narrow wings and tapered tail, it can glide in the air for hours without flapping its wings. But when the time comes, its entire body turns into a living arrow, plunging towards the ground at speeds that can exceed 100 miles per hour. That dive is not a simple attack. It is a combination of observation, calculation, and timing, trained into instinct over thousands of generations. The hawk's eye is a biological masterpiece. Their vision is at least 8 times better than that of humans. A hawk flying at an altitude of more than 300 meters can still see a mouse hiding in the grass. The eye muscle system allows them to change focus quickly, locking onto a target mid-motion. Once that gaze is focused, the prey's chances of survival are almost zero. The prey that hawks target are usually small creatures, from mice, rabbits, snakes to small birds. But there are hawks, such as the red-tailed hawk in North America or the broad-winged hawk in Africa, that dare to attack larger animals such as grouse, skunks, or even baby monkeys. Some species operate alone, but others hunt in pairs or groups with clear roles as lurers, distractors, and killers. Flexible adaptations also help hawks survive in a variety of habitats. From forests, savannas to modern cities, they still hunt with the same cold precision. Many big cities like New York and Tokyo even have hawks nesting on skyscrapers, watching the world below as if humans had never existed. But even in the world of birds of prey, hawks face competition. Eagles are bigger, stronger, and sometimes take over hawk nests. Falcons are faster and sometimes snatch prey in mid-air. The life of a predator is never easy. Breeding season is when hawks show a different side. Instead of being cold-blooded killers, they become meticulous architects. Their nests are often built on top of tall trees, cliffs, or other places safe from predators. The pair will stay together, build the nest, incubate the eggs, and raise the chicks. Breeding fidelity lasts for months, even years in some species. The chicks are born fragile but grow quickly. They are fed fresh meat every day. The first lessons in observation, balance, and eventually flight are learned in the nest. It is the beginning of a life in the sky where only the strong and precise survive. The hawk is the embodiment of the art of hunting. Unpretentious, unassuming, precise, silent, and deadly. In the world of the sky, where there is only one chance to kill, the hawk has never failed because of impatience. It is a symbol of control, of courage, and of deadly silence. The sky has no boundaries. But not everyone is brave enough to soar and survive in its endless space. Vultures do not have noble appearances. But they are the last guards who keep nature clean. The hawk is unpretentious. But each dive is a lesson in precision, speed, and control. The eagle does not need to roar. But each wing is a declaration of power and freedom. 3 species. 3 strategies. 3 different lives sharing the same sky. The vulture represents death. The hawk represents skill. The eagle is the image of the desire to dominate. They do not compete to live. They live by fulfilling their role in the great cycle of nature. In the calm air, when the sun shines down on the outstretched wings, there is more than just life. There is balance. There is precision. There is wisdom. And as the wind blows, carrying the sound of wings farther into the sky, we know that the world is still going. Thanks to those who never reach the ground in a normal way. They are predators. They are cleaners. They are symbols. And above all, they are reminders that no matter how high they are, every creature is an indispensable part of life.